Hey, what's up, guys? Here to talk to y'all about UFC 268, which features two title fights, both of which are rematches. One of them being Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington for the welterweight title that Kamaru Usman currently has, and the next one being Rose Namajunas versus Zhang Weili for the strawweight women's title. I think it's going to be card of the year. This is definitely going to be a UFC event you do not want to miss. There's going to be some new faces that are new and up and coming, and some familiar faces that we hope to see the best out of. One of which I'm very excited for is Justin Gaichi versus Michael Chandler. So this fight's going to be at the lightweight division, and it is guaranteed to bring fireworks. At least hopefully. Hopefully we don't have another one of those Derek Lewis and Ngannou fights. But these two are definitely violent folks, and they definitely go out there looking for the knockout each and every time. Justin Gaichi, the last time we saw him was back in October of 2020 when he fought Khabib, which led to Khabib's retirement, and obviously Justin Gaichi lost. The last time we saw Michael Chandler was a few months ago, I believe back in April, whenever he lost to current lightweight champion Charles Oliveira. So this one's pretty quick, easy, to the point. Both these guys are going to go out there looking for a knockout. Even though both of them come from wrestling backgrounds, Michael Chandler has been trying to touch that lightweight gold, and he came over from Bellator, where he was the former champion. And Justin Gaethje's had tremendous fights against Dustin Poirier. He has that victory over Cowboy Cerrone, and then his most impressive victory to date is probably the one against the seemingly unstoppable Tony Ferguson. Looking at the way these two fight, Michael Chandler, it was obvious in the fight that he had with Oliveira. He had Oliveira on the ropes, well, on the ground actually, and could have almost finished the fight in the first round, but Charles Oliveira was saved by the bell and was able to survive and end up winning in the second round. And I'm sure Michael Chandler, that fight must get under his skin. It must keep him up at night to know that he was that close to clinching the title. Justin Gage has a very overwhelming hurricane-like fight style where he just won't go away. You can punch him, hit him, kick him, whatever you got to do. He's just not going to go away. And the only way that Khabib was able to stop him was by literally putting him to sleep, because he knew if he tried to use the arm bar, Gage was going to make that arm snap. Michael Chandler, on the other hand, very explosive, always willing to shoot first and shoot fast. And the amount of distance he's able to cover, whether it's for a big shot or a big takedown, he's able to do it in such a quick fashion. And as soon as he gets his distance down, he does not hesitate. That's something Chandler did very, very well against Dan Hooker. And to be honest with you, this fight can go 50-50. It's really a toss-up, but Chandler has been more active recently, since his debut against Dan Hooker and since his last fight with Charles Oliveira. Gaethje's coming off a 1-year delay. That being said, at the weigh-ins, Justin Gaethje looked like he had a much healthier weigh-in or weight cut than Chandler did. So, like I said, this one's a 50-50, but I'm going to have to give it to Justin Gaethje via first-round TKO, and I'm hoping this fight delivers fireworks either way. I'm very excited to see it. So getting into our first title fight of the night, the strawweight title is held by Rose Namajunas and is being contested for by Zhang Weili. I think this one's going to be a very technical battle again. I mean, I know Rose was able to time the perfect head kick against Zhang, and it was honestly unbelievable. And to be honest with you, I didn't have Rose winning that fight. I didn't think that she was going to be able to come through and pull through some of the mental adversity and as well as the physical adversity that Weili presents. And yeah, I doubted her, but I definitely learned my lessons. I think Rose is going to go out there and put on an amazing performance. I think that she's going to be able to pick Zhang Weili apart. I'm not saying that it's going to be complete demolition and she's just going to walk through her. I believe that Rose is going to be able to stay composed, remember to stay calm, as well as just pick the best shots that work well for her and fight her fight. Zhang Weili, I think she's going to go in there with a full head of steam and try to get her title back as soon as possible. I know a big thing in the first time these two fought was that Zhang Weili wasn't able to have a full camp and that she wasn't able to train the way that she wanted to have trained. So I think that may play a factor into this one. Overall, I see this one's going to be a very technical, tactical matchup, and this one's pretty quick and easy. I'm going to give it to Rose Namajunas because I learned my lesson last time, like I said. I see her winning via unanimous decision, and yeah, look to see a great performance from Rose. All right, finally. So we're finally getting one of the most anticipated rematches that the UFC has seen in a long time. And it couldn't happen on a bigger stage in Madison Square Garden in New York. And yeah, everything's on the table for this one. Colby Covington has been calling for this fight since the last one ended. And Kamaru Usman definitely knew he was probably going to have to face Colby Covington again, even though he finished him in the last fight. So the last time that these two fought was in December of 2019, and although both of these guys come from a wrestling background, shooting a takedown wasn't even thought about in the last time that these two fought. It was one of the most brutal, consistently action-packed fights I'd seen in a long time. And although it's been 2 years, the bad blood between these two hasn't cooled down at all. These two continue to go back and forth. Colby Covington has done all the right things in the media to try to get himself back into this fight, and Usman has done everything right as well, remaining a champion in a very decisive factor. So this fight was fight of the year back in 2019, and we can only hope to see the same type of action in this fight. But like McNally MMA tweeted a few days ago, we've seen enough MMA to realize the rematch always ends more decisively than the first time that guys fight. And I think that's mostly because fighters get a chance to see their opponent's game plans or tendencies. They know what the other one hits like. The only thing is what changes have been made in these 2 years. So the last fight ended in the 4th round after Colby Covington got his jaw broken. I think he actually had his jaw broken in the 3rd round, but still was able to show tremendous heart, get off the stool, come back out, and compete in the 4th round, which just goes to show how much respect that Colby deserves. Even though he has the persona of a dude who's a douchebag or an asshole, I think he still deserves some respect. So to sum this one up, I think 2 things are going to play key parts in this one. One, Usman has stayed very active, and not only has he been winning fights, he's been dominating fights. His hands have gotten better, which hopefully that doesn't lead to him being overconfident in his hands. I think he knows that when it comes to the end of the day, he has to have a strong, grounded takedown and aim grappling game. But still, his hands are gotten better. He's finished opponents like Jorge Masvidal, Gilbert Burns, and he's just been more active since the last time that he fought Colby. Usman's last fight against Masvidal was in April of 2021, and the last time we saw Colby was in September of 2020 against Tyron Woodley. And although he did get the win over Woodley, it wasn't like it was a big, massive, impressive display of dominance. You know, Woodley was unfortunately being Tyron Woodley and became somewhat timid to throw. And that fight ended with Woodley getting a rib injury, which ultimately led to Colby getting the TKO win. But a win is a win nonetheless. So it is what it is. But that being said, I have to give this one to Kamaru Usman, winning via TKO in the 2nd round. I mean, he's just continued to show his ability to stay composed, even when being faced with adversity. And if he's able to stay confident and balanced, I look for him to put on an even better performance against Colby Covington and remaining the welterweight champion. All right, guys, that's all I got for y'all today. So thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know who you got picked. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't yet, please follow my friends who are doing an amazing job at the J&J Arcade Cast. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter at Combat Contact to stay live, up to date with what's going on in the fights, my opinions of what's happening. Let me know who you got picked and who you got. And as always, guys, I hope you get to enjoy the fights. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.